Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017, and welcome to Maplewood Farm by Lancyboi. So, man, tell you what, let's just walk around a little bit here, and I'll tell you what's going on. Today is Monday, August 20th, and this morning I got up like I always do, and I looked for some new mods on the Mod Hub, which I do daily. I was not expecting this map. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know anything about it. So this was really a surprise to me, and Lancyboi is one of my favorite mod makers ever. My favorite map makers ever. I love his stuff. Selby Estates is one of my favorite maps of all time, and I was very not disappointed. That's not the right word, but I thought it was a shame that it came out right before Seasons, and Lancyboi never did a proper sort of Seasons overlay for it. And I'm not complaining at all. I'm just making the observation that he didn't. And I believe the reason why was he was already working on Upton, which is also one of my favorite maps. And we are, you know what, let me go ahead and turn this on for you. We are, not that, there you go. Let me leave the FPS counter on. I have not moved from where the game drops you in when you start, so we are going to be loading scenery, but I wanted you to see the whole map as I see the whole map. I have not done anything other than sell all the equipment, cheat in 2 million pounds like we do, and I bought one tractor. So Upton, right? Upton is one of my favorite maps. We're actually playing Upton on the channel, and I've been so busy with so many things that I had no idea this map was coming. This is a total surprise to me, but Lancyboi, Bullet Bill, and Oxygen David, my three favorite map makers, and I cannot tell you how excited I was to see this map. I immediately downloaded it, and this is going to be a map on the channel, and that's what's up. So, we look in the mini-map. In fact, let's go here. This makes it easier to see. We look in the mini-map. It's different. It's definitely a different kind of map. It's got almost a West Coast feel to it, being down on the coast. I'm guessing there's going to be a seaport. I haven't looked at anything or done anything, so we'll learn it all together. But as far as what fields we own, I can see we own 44. Looks like 55, and that might be it. I'm looking around. I'm guessing there's some grass fields, some public grass, which is typical in a Lancyboi map. Yeah, looks like there might be some public grass for us to harvest, but as it stands right now, we only own 2 fields. If I'm wrong, point them out to me, but I only see 2. We are going to teleport for the first and only, hopefully, time on this map, and we're going to hop in. We're going to do all John Deere on this map. I was doing Northstone, and Northstone was going to be our John Deere map. But Northstone, it's a great map. I just felt like it wasn't quite done yet, so we got out of that. Get rid of the FPS counter. We got out of Northstone, and that was our John Deere map. So this is going to be our John Deere map as well. And yeah, now while we're here, let me go back here. I typically put an AdBlue pump at the store, so let's go ahead and do that. And then I put an AdBlue tank on the farm. And this AdBlue is Black Panther modding, and it's a fantastic mod. It's sort of small and low key, but it really adds, I think, a lot to a map. So let's see where a good place for this could be. Could be if we can find a place for it. So let's see, can we go right back in the corner? It may not, if this is a spawn area, it may not let us put it anywhere here, but we'll try. Oh, okay, there you go. So right back in the corner here, I'm going to put our AdBlue pump, and then I'll put the storage station on the farm. Going back here, there's the store. I don't see any fields around it that we own. So let's get some, tell you what, let's buy another tractor. Let's buy a 6 Series. And let's get some fertilizer on field 55, and then we'll plow that in. So, back to our store. Man, I'm also, I gotta tell you, I was not expecting this. I'm literally excited about this. Like, that sounds like kind of a mental thing to say, but I am actually really excited about this. And I'm trying not to totally geek out, but super excited. Twin wheels, rear twin wheels. It's a pretty big map. I bet we could go twins on the back. It's a nice look. I like that. Okay, so one of those, and let's get a broadcast spreader. And we've got, this is the Bone Crusher Amazon pack. So let's get this. You know my thing. I like to keep my equipment somewhat consistent, as though an implement dealer in the town that we were in didn't sell every single brand, right? Oh, that's nice. LED lighting, love it. And let's also get for this, I believe we've got a couple John Deere weights. And I'll get done with this as quick as I can. We'll get into some proper farming. There's a John Deere weight. Stick and Deere logo stick. There we go. Right. So break off. Oh, I got to do my gearbox thing. And we'll get on the road here, and then as we're driving down, I'll tell you what I know about this map so far. Caught in a bit of an Austin Powers situation right about now. Get it from the other side. So I can tell you this is a seasons map. It looks like there are some custom textures. It looks like there are some extra crops. It's just looks like an all-around fantastic map. And we are also running Reshade and SweetFX, so you can see our look and feel has got a lot of depth to it. Big fan of that. Super crisp. We're locked in at 60 FPS, so can't complain about that. I can tell you we're going to be using a lot of Amazon on this map, and also the trailers that we're using may be all green as well. And that's not, I'm not trying to be cute when I do that. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not getting green equipment because we're running Deere. I just have my eye on some equipment for this map, and a lot of it happens to be green. So don't read too much into that. It's kind of a coincidence. So I think we're going to need, these are 1,000 liters apiece. I think we're going to need one more. Looks like one more. I'm also not going to do a map tour. That's not really my thing. And I sort of have a question about that for you, but I'll ask you that in a second. All right, last one. Fantastic. Then we need to figure out how to get out of the store. Right there. Right. Put the cover on. Back it up. And here we go. Get rid of the FPS counter. A little in cab. And this tractor does have IC, but I'm not going to mess with IC stuff right now. We'll do that in a minute. We'll do that off camera. So, looks like I want to go out here, to the right, right again, through town, and then how do I get around field 48? Well, I suppose we'll find out. Okay, here we go. Some Lancyboi maps have traffic, some do not. So we'll find out whether this one does. And I assume we're in the UK. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say specifically where the map is located, but I assume we're in the UK. So we'll just go with it. So what did I want? Oh, I remember what I wanted to ask you. So I know people on YouTube channels. This looks like our farm, but it also looks like we are not going to be able to get to field 48 through here. So let's back up. In fact, before we back up, do we want to go all the way up and around? Yep, I think we do. Okay. That is also a Lancyboi thing. He tends to, and this is a good thing. I'm not complaining when I say this is a good thing. He tends to put things in opposite corners of the map, and then the route from one place to another is very often like around the horn. So you end up driving like the entire map to get from one place to another, even when things are relatively not close together, but you can have two things that are not that far apart, but the route to get from one to the other takes you all the way around the map. And that's, I kind of like that. I don't want to say this. There's a balance to a map. There's a flow to a map. And if you can get a map where it's just the right proportion of farming to driving to animals to economy, you know, et cetera, it makes a map really, really work well. I know I've played some on FS17. I played some, hang on, let me get my map open here. No, it's the next one. One of my macros to open my mini map uses my steering stick. So every time I'm trying to gently press on that steering stick to get the map open, it makes the wheel jitter around like that. Anyway, on FS15, I played a map, I believe it was Oklahoma, and it was like a 4X map, and it was massive, which is super cool the first time you think about it. Like, oh yeah, it'll be great. It's so big. But it was actually kind of boring. And then I've played other maps where there's almost too much driving, which I guess is very, very realistic. But missed it, almost. And it looks like there's no traffic, so we're going to back up kind of recklessly here. And is that it? No, that's a forest entrance, so I was right. Okay. Here's our turn. Okay. Learning a new map, folks. What was I saying? Oh, so driving constantly is very realistic. Farmers do that a lot in real life. But it doesn't necessarily make for the best gameplay. Right? And you get what I'm saying. If there's a balance to a map, it's a very playable, very fun map. And I feel like Lancyboi really nails that. I know I sound like I'm going all fanboy, but he makes good maps, you know? And kudos to him. Credit where credit is due. So what I wanted to ask you is this. I will never, in any of my videos, I will never say like and subscribe, right? Everybody knows how YouTube works. It's 2018. We all know how YouTube works. You don't need me to tell you to like and subscribe. Although we're going to get rid of these twins on the rear. Little too tight on this map. Yeesh, a lot too tight. I've been reading a lot about YouTube, and I have read that if you say like and subscribe, you get more likes and subscribers. That's okay with me. I'm still not going to do it. If you want to like, if you want to subscribe, you know how to do that. And me asking you, yeah, I thought so. Me asking you just doesn't, I really don't like the way that feels. But what I will ask you to do is give me some feedback. You know, let me know what you think of what I'm doing and let me know how it's working for you. This is really cool with these little pylons. That's awesome. Love it. Not going to be able to run super big equipment on this map. So yeah, let me know what you think of what I'm doing. Send me some feedback. And if you downvote me, tell me why. And I'm not I don't want to argue with you. I genuinely want to know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what works for you. Tell me what doesn't work for you. I want to make videos that work for you, but I also want to make the kind of videos that I want to make. And, you know, as I'm sort of studying YouTube, as I'm reading about YouTube, there are so many channels on the platform, and there are so many gaming channels on the platform. It's inevitable that whatever it is that you're doing, whether you've ever seen that person's channel or not, it's almost inevitable that somebody's doing something very similar to what you're doing. And that's not good or bad, it's just a reality. You know, it's very likely that your channel and somebody else's channel are really very, very similar. So I get that. At the same time, I would never want to do what anybody else is doing just because they're doing it. I want my, I knew it. I knew it. There we go. And in fact, so we can have a better view, let's go ahead and stay third person. So I know there are going to be people with channels like mine, and I know my channel is going to be like other people's, but I'm not trying to make a channel that is like anybody else's. I want to make a channel that is unique and 100% my own. At the same time, I also want to make videos that you enjoy watching. So give me some feedback, you know, let me know what works for you and what doesn't. And like I said, if you downvote me, I'm okay with that. If something that I did doesn't work for you, I need to know that. But at least let me know why. Let me know what about it didn't work for you. Oh, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Moment, please. There's your screenshot right there. There's your thumbnail. God, that is beautiful. Lancyboi. Good work, my man. As always, good work. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, I was not planning on recording this today. I was actually getting ready to do another Train Sim World video for Wednesday. Train Sim Wednesday. And then I saw this and had to do it. So we're going to have multiple videos on Wednesday. We're going to have this. We're going to have a Train Sim. We're going to, we going to make it? Oh, skin of our teeth. However, okay. Let's look down this little farm track here and see if we can find it. The channel is going to be a little spammy on Wednesday because we're going to have Train Sim, we're going to have this, and we're also going to have spin tires, which I'm really enjoying. And I have the past 10 days or so, I've seen a little bit of traction on the channel, and I'm super, super excited about that. It's picking up, and I was confident that it would. Now, we're going to make it. Oh, once again, skin of our teeth. I will take these twins off here ASAP. Right. Zoom out a little bit. Set some cruise control. Give it, let's give it 10 miles an hour. Here we go. And I'll do just a little bit. I know depending on how you implement seasons, sometimes fertilizer shows up early in the season, sometimes it does not. So I definitely can't see what I'm spraying because the sun isn't up yet. But we'll find out in a minute. So let's go up here and we'll take a look in the map. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit spammy for a minute, but I feel like I've got some momentum and I want to keep it going. Yeah, that looks like it's spraying. Does it not? So we go here. Beautiful. That is most definitely spraying. And while we're here, let's go ahead and save game. So back it up. And I've sort of done myself a disservice now because it's going to be tricky to figure out where we've gone and where we haven't, but we'll figure it out. Worst case scenario, we overlap a little bit, but that's not the end of the world. So yeah, just continually trying to improve the quality and doing what I can on my end to improve the quality, but that's where your feedback really comes in, because I need to know. I know what works for me, but I'm not the audience, so I need to know what works for you. And now I did get a shock mount for my microphone. I got a pop screen. I got, oh God. I am, I've told you I'm OCD. I'm also autistic. And again, like the OCD, I have the kind of autism that is, I'm on the spectrum. I'm Asperger's. I'm not autistic in the classic sense. But like with the OCD, I have the sort of autism that is, I can kind of laugh about it. It's like the cute autism. I know for some people it's not cute at all. It is absolutely miserable. So, I've earned my bones as far as being able to make jokes about it, but when I do, I'm making jokes about my own autism. I'm not in any way making jokes about anybody else's. And let's do this while we're here. Yeah, because we're fixing to come up on the end of a row here, and then let's just do a little back and forth pattern, because we'll have a pretty long axis to work with. So I'll tell you something really funny, and if you are on the spectrum, you'll totally get this, and if you're not, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's cool. So one of the things about Asperger's is it makes you very good at solving problems. It makes you very good at assembling information and seeing a very direct route between your problem and the solution. The thing about it, though, is that solution may involve a lot of steps, but you see them all very, very quickly as far as like how to go about solving that problem. The downside to that is it's like a superpower, right? Every superpower comes with a vulnerability. That's the comic book code, right? Like, that's why Superman is so boring. That's why they had to give him kryptonite, because he can do anything. He's a Superman. Well, that sucks. It's a dumb superhero. And when you look at contemporary superheroes and the ones that are so popular, they all have the balance, right, between their superpower or their you know what I mean. Some superheroes don't have a superpower; they just have a lot of money. So Tony Stark has the suit, but he's an alcoholic with PTSD. Bruce Wayne has Wayne Enterprises, right, and Mr. Fox, and he's got all his gizmos, but he's psychotic and he has no lasting relationship. So every superhero has a vulnerability, and Asperger's is kind of the same way. It makes it very easy to solve problems, but it gives you a massive blind spot. So I spent, I don't know, over the past week, I've spent probably 20 hours trying to figure out how to eliminate room noise in Cakewalk that I'm picking up on my microphone, like the air conditioner, right? I'm in North Carolina. It's August, and it is like Cambodia hot in North Carolina in August. And I've lived in Cambodia, so I know what I'm talking about. It's ridiculously hot, so you have to run the AC pretty much 24/7, and it makes a very specific sound on a very specific frequency, and it picks up on the recording. So I spent all this time trying to figure out how to remove that one specific frequency, and then I realized I just turn the AC off while I record. So yeah, man, if you got some of that Asperger's, I feel you. I really do. I get you. So, I'm trying to think what else is going on. I think that's it. F1 2018 is going to drop in a couple days. I'm super, super excited about that. A little bit, it's kind of bittersweet, because unexpectedly had to start a new season in F1 2017. So I'm only going to get a couple races in, and then I'm going to start a new season, and that'll be it. I won't. I may go back to F1 2017, but you know, probably not. You know how that works when you get a new game, when you get a new sim. So, so yeah, I'm super excited about that. F1 2019 is coming out in a couple of months, so we're going to play the hell out of this map before F1 2019 comes out. Because same thing, when it does come out, I'm sure Lancyboi, and I'm not like talking out of school here when I say this, it's just what I heard. If I'm wrong, then I apologize. I don't, it's not really gossip. It is something that I heard, and then turned out to be not the case. So what I heard was after Upton, I heard Lancyboi was retiring. I don't think we need to spray this row. I think we're pretty good here. Now, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of those. Is there a quicker way to get back up there? And one would think that it's kind of to the north. You want to risk it? I mean, worst thing that happens is, where are we at? 27 minutes. Worst thing that happens is we drive around the map, get the scenery loaded, and learn a little bit how the map works. So there's worse things. I think I see a road between field 51 and field 59. So let's risk it. And essentially what we're trying to do is get back to the store so we can get in our 7R and put plow on it and come down here and start turning that fertilizer under the field that we just sprayed. Lancyboi is also, I wouldn't say famous for, but he does tend to put shortcuts in his maps. And they're good shortcuts in that they... Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is so wrong. Oh, it's so wrong. Oh, don't tell the council. They're good shortcuts in that they do take a little time off the trip, like going from one side of the map to the other. But they don't do it in a, I guess almost like a cheating way. You know, they don't. They save you a little bit of time, but it's not like a magic shortcut. It's a realistic shortcut, I guess. Right, breaks off, and it looks like this. Hopefully, this will take us right up by the main farm. Okay, so we found our first cutoff. Looks like we're going to come out right by the main farm. And I may, you know what? I may take this 6R and just pull it onto the farm property, which I believe is right here. No, that's an egg store. It's back this way. I can see where I want to be, but I don't necessarily know how to get there. Let's try this little cutoff right here. So I think what I'm going to do is park up this 6R at the farm, run down to the store, get in the 7R, buy a plow, take it down, start that field, and then we'll call it an episode. This is a gorgeous map, and it's playing really smooth and fast as well. Is this our entrance? Is this where we get in? Yep, sure is. Okay. Now there is most likely a repair shop on the property, and that's where I'll swap out those duals on the rear. We're not going to be able to use those. They're fun. I like them. Okay. And Lancyboi is also using the gate trigger where you have to hold the button. You can't just hop out, slap the button, and then be hopping back into your tractor and the... Ooh. Oh yeah, we are not... Is this our farm? I feel like this is our farm, but we are not going to be able to fit through there, are we? Okay, so let's do this. Let's park this thing up, and we will need to get the magic toolbox and bring it over here. All set the brake, lights off, drop that so we're not beating up the hydraulics, and we want to go this way. Yep, we want to go this way and then to the left, and the store is just a few hundred yards up the road. Beautiful. So we don't have, we put the roll bar on the front of the 7R, so we won't be able to run a front weight on there, so we'll need to get a relatively small plow. But I've got, well, there's a few in my mod folder. I've got just the base game plows with dynamic hose added, so we'll probably do one of those. We've been using the Jimpa a lot because they get right into the corners of the map, like they get into the corners of a field, but they're not plows. There it is. So what do you call this? Like a chisel plow? I try to stay away from these. I use the Jimpa. Ooh, we've got all these John Deere. What is that? 4 meter, 6.5 meter, 6 meter. Okay, let's use a, we've got a John Deere farm. Let's use a John Deere Ripper. Okay. And since this is trailed rather than suspended, I believe we won't need a front weight. Lights on. It's still early morning. This is an MR tractor. It's got very realistic brakes. I love it. It's one of my favorite tractors. It's also got, as a kind of a bonus feature, when it's sitting, even when it's just idling, periodically the what if I want to leave? How do I leave? I think it's behind me. As it's just sitting and idling, periodically the radiator fans will come on. And it's one of those little details, like it's really not very important. It's not functional. It doesn't do anything. It's not like tractors can overheat. But it's just such a realistic detail. I love things like that. Let's do some beacons. Nice horn. I haven't seen any traffic yet. I'll try not to get lazy about that. And you know what I mean? I'll try to be a good driver and not take it for granted that we're never going to run into traffic. And now I need to remember how to get back to that field, and I think I do. Is it... Is it back up there? Oh, now I'm all turned around. We need to be over a little bit. Moment, please. Is it down here? I mean, I guess it could be. Okay, let's try that way. I think that... Because what's over here? Okay. I'm a little bit turned around, but I think we're going to be okay if we go this way. And if not, we're still just learning the map and loading scenery. Yeah, this is right. This is how we got down there. And then we turn and go, not back the way we came. We go, okay, we go this way. Do we not? I think we go down here. Living and learning, folks. You know how we do. Yep, I'm going the right way. Okay. And I think we're about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, so this will be just about right for an episode. There's that radiator fan. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yep. Got to keep your finger on the button. Can't hop in the tractor. Very realistic. Now, I have yet to come across a mod tractor that makes you open the tractor door before you get in. I know some people do that. I've tried it. It's not really my jam, I have to say. Okay. Stand over here so we don't get run over by the gate. Right. Brakes off. Here we go. Yeah, Lancyboi maps tend to be very immersive, and I'm going to sound like a total Melvin when I say this, but whatever. It's my channel. I say whatever I want. They're very immersive. They're also almost kind of moody, you know, in a good way. They just feel very, well, they feel very British for one thing, but they feel sort of, you know, you feel when you're in the country, like it's nope. Nope. That one. You know how you feel when you're in the country. It's pretty, but it's also not sad. It's just got sort of a feel to it when you're out in farm country. You know? Almost poignant, I guess. That's the right word. But I feel like he gets that, and he's somehow able to convey it in a map. And that's when, to me, that's when map making becomes almost like an art, which also sounds kind of weird to say, but it's true. Any creative process can be artistic, and I feel like some people really make their maps seem artistic, if that's possible. Okay, so we've got the edge of our field set. I'm going to go down here. In fact, I don't even need to go down there. I can start it on this one. And I'll just do a couple lengths, and then we'll call it an episode. So get this backed up. Set the cruise control. Let's say it's good speed for a plow. 6 miles an hour. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm really, really excited about this. Unexpected. Whoa, just saw the sea cliffs out there. Are you kidding me? Man. I swear these mod makers and these map makers, every time they make something, they just outdo themselves. And I know, I mean, I get it. That's sort of how art works. You know, and I'm going to continue to refer to these as, it is an art. It's an art form. It's the way art works. You're not just constantly trying to outdo yourself, but you also have, anytime you make something, you have access to everything that came before it to help you when you make yours, right? So it's like an evolution, an escalation. But man, I'm stoked, so happy. So I think, let me get up here, I'll get it turned around, and then we'll call it an episode, and I'll post this on, I might post it today, so Wednesday isn't too spammy, because the only other thing I posted today was a Euro truck video. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, cool. Lift this up. Get her turned around. Beautiful. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017, and this is Maplewood Farm by Lancyboi, and this will be part of the channel at least until FS17 comes out, and if it's going good, we'll keep it going afterwards. Thanks for stopping back. Cheers.